Hey y'all, a couple days ago I mentioned that I really wanted to try and actually put out content on my channel, and due to a discussion that I was having with Omar, um, I'll try and link his YouTube channel in there. Um, and we were discussing favorite games that we played, and um, I have stuffed away most of my um, actual cases, like in all sorts of closets and everything. So what I did was I pulled out the strategy guides for a lot of my favorite games that I truly love. So I will try and run through these strategy guides and just kind of give a little explanation, obviously what it is, and a little explanation of why I love it. And I don't know how long this is going to take, so this might actually be broken into two parts. But let's start out with what's closest at hand and rather timely, since Pokemon, the re-release of Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby came out. Um, and this isn't everything, but as you can tell, I like Pokemon. And even though I didn't play too much of it, the Ranger games and the Mystery Dungeon games I have. I just haven't played a whole lot of them because life happens. But look, the original Sapphire and Ruby strategy guide. I'm waiting for the new Ruby and Sapphire strategy guide to get here in the mail soon. But pretty much every generation I got one, because I'm an addict that way. And and yes, I am one of those people that got black and white, and I even got black and white 2, because I'm sort of an addict and kind of a completist about that. And it's generally always something that I can just pick up and run with, and it's fun to train up something, try and find what my best team is, and I always lose. Anytime. Ask certain people in my life, you know who you are. Anytime I put up my team against theirs, and they're like not even into as Pokemon as I am, I lose. But that's okay. Another group, and this will totally make sense when I get into the Final Fantasy portion of things, but Kingdom Hearts. Believe it or not, when I was in, I had Super Nintendo, I had the original Nintendo, I had Sega Genesis, and then I was off gaming for a really long time. And then I got a PlayStation 2 because it was the new thing, and it was a DVD player, and I needed a DVD player, and so kind of I thought it was interesting that there was a mix of Disney stuff along with this strange new thing that I hadn't really heard too much of, like anime and all of that stuff, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool. So I picked up Kingdom Hearts, and another game I admittedly never got very far in, but I loved playing, and that started the addiction. Oddly enough, I did a lot better, and I got a lot further in Kingdom Hearts 2. Here, can you see my face? Kingdom Hearts 2 than I did in Kingdom Hearts 1. Partially because I think by that point I understood a lot more about Final Fantasy, and I saw a lot of characters that I loved from Final Fantasy games show up in Kingdom Hearts. And so, Kingdom Hearts, 265, Birth by Sleep, a game that I really tried to play because I really kind of like the characters. And Aqua. So many games I want to just find. I need cloning, or I need the ability to step out of the time stream so that I can play all these games at my own pace, finish them without life interrupting. And then Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, where I actually had the most fun ever, because it's sort of like Kingdom Hearts Pokemon. And that's a sucker bet for me. That'll always get me in there. So there's those guys. And one thing Omar and I were talking about was the Shadow Heart series. Haven't played one. Played like 5 minutes of the original Shadow Hearts. But actually my experience with this was completely out of order. I got Shadow Hearts from the New World, which was the last game in the series, first, and just loved it. Just like freaking loved it. And then discovered that it was a series, and hunted and hunted and hunted and hunted, because this was not the time where it was just easy to look up stuff on Amazon and get it. But I found Shadow Hearts Covenant, which was the second game in the series, and I fell in love with it because Karen Koenig is sort of the main character, and I just love her attacks. I think she's a badass, and also Shadow Hearts has a tendency to have either anthropomorphized animals, or just straight up like one of the characters in your party is a wolf in Covenant, and I love games like that. I just do. And you know, it's sort of a dark story. That's probably understating it, but yeah. Shadow Hearts is another one of those series that when I'm feeling like I've got a nostalgia rush and I need to go back to something I really love, that I pick up again. And this is why I've made sure that I have an actual working PlayStation 2, because I need those games in my life. And let's see. Let's start going through random stuff. I got turned on to Golden Sun, Dark Dawn, and that got me turned on to the originals, which were Golden Sun and Golden Sun: The Lost Age. I really like the attacks. I really like the effects in them. And again, it's sort of like a Pokemon game. You collect these little monsters, and they help you out, and they're cute, and it's elemental damage, and it's just, can you sense a pattern forming here? Yeah, I bet you can. I picked up Nostalgia, which I admit didn't really thrill me, but I don't know. I'm keeping it around because, who knows, I may give it another try. And another thing that I was discussing with Omar was the Xenosaga series. And like I said, I got a PlayStation 2. I got Kingdom Hearts, and then I kind of dropped off again. And then I had a helper that kind of explained to me that like turn-based RPGs, because I'm a reader, I'm a big old reader, and he put it in terms that were impressive and really hit me, in that turn-based RPGs, that sort of genre, since I like books so much, he was really amazed that I wasn't into RPGs, so I kind of took his advice and was like, well, what would you just suggest I start out with? And the ones that he picked that I do love like crazy are Xenosaga and Final Fantasy X, but we'll get to the Final Fantasies later. But so I loved the original Xenosaga. I tried so hard playing Xenosaga 2 because I wanted the story, and the graphics were an upgrade, but the battle system just dicked me over, man. So I keep on trying every once in a while to get through it. And then when Xenosaga 3 came out, all was forgiven. All was forgiven. Because they took the best elements. They kind of went traditional turn-based, but they also took the best elements of the break system from that they adopted in 2 and kind of mashed it together. So it ended up being really fun to play. And Xenosaga is not a series that, unless you're into really like twisted philosophy and all of that sort of thing, that you probably wouldn't want to pick up. But if you're all about android chicks beating up robots and all of that stuff, cyborgs kicking asses, I love, because most RPGs are kind of the historical fantasy sort of thing. Xenosaga is set way in the future. There's laser guns, there's spaceships, like, okay, right up my alley. And then obviously Mass Effect, duh, yes. I just love it. I love it to death. And then, let's see. Something I'm not sure a whole lot of people picked up, but Enslaved, Journey to the West. Not normally my type of game. I'll fully admit that. But I really enjoyed the hell out of this one. Once I got a handle on the battle mechanics, the story really sucked me in. And just, I need to do a replay of this soon. I really do. Speaking of RPGs that are set in the future with spaceships and laser guns and everything, Star Ocean Till the End of Time was something that got picked up in my life, but I did not really play it because the control scheme was just I did not like it. But then when Star Ocean 4, Star Ocean The Last Hope came out, I picked that up, and by that time I'd gotten used to the active time battle system a lot better, and yeah, it is so filled with tropes and all of that stuff, but I love it. I love running around, and I love the characters, and just it hits me in all the right places. So I actually went back, and since they were re-released on the PSP, I got Star Ocean First Departure and Star Ocean Second Evolution. Again, games I have not had the time to play, but I really, really want to. So they're staying in my library. And Valkyria Chronicles. I'm not a strategy RPG person. I really am not. But I really love this game. And we're getting close to 15 minutes. So I am going to stop this, and we'll do part 2 in maybe a day or so. But thank you for listening. This has been totally random and totally silly, and I didn't get into depth on anything except what I like. So thank you for watching if you made it this far, and have a good night.